What's up, everyone? How's it going? Just Daniel here, back with another video. Today's video, we're going to talk about a 78-year-old man who was scammed on a Brabus, I believe, 900 G63 AMG G-Wagon by a dealership. It's a pretty crazy story, but this does happen a lot. That's why I chose to, talk about and react to this story, especially because it's involving, a high-priced vehicle and something in the automotive world. It's pretty crazy what happened to this guy. But as I said, let's take a listen to the news reporting on it, and let's talk about it because this happens every day here in the States, in America. You'll see a listing of a vehicle. I don't know too many people who wire money before seeing a vehicle, me personally, but I have heard of it. And I do see a lot of scams involving having customers wire money for particularly exotic vehicles or more high-end vehicles. And because a lot of these dealerships do have a reputation, a lot of people will go along and wire money, instead of, flying down there and seeing the vehicle in person. A lot of people just see the dealer's reputation and they'll wire the money, which is crazy. So let's check out this video and let's see what you guys think about it.
Is engineered for success.
Only on Local 10 tonight, a South Florida car dealer is being accused of taking $275,000 from a customer and not delivering. Alan Sue admits he made a huge mistake when he bought the Mercedes G-Wagon online, sight unseen.
And this is not the first time Local 10 news cameras have been to Dream Auto Collection in Hollywood. Local 10 investigator Jeff Hines here is back on the case.
I'm a fool, Jeff. It sounded so good. They made everything sound so nice.
After years of searching, Alan Sue found his dream vehicle online at Dream Auto Collection on Pembroke Road in Hollywood. It's a 2023 Mercedes-Benz G63 with an extremely rare Brabus package. Today, Alan Sue calls it the biggest mistake of his life.
Seriously, Jeff, I thought about killing myself.
Okay, so as you guys can hear, that's a pretty crazy thing to say, especially over a vehicle. But I'm gonna let it keep playing. I don't want to keep interrupting. But my thought is, like, people work hard for their money. The fact that a dealership with a reputation could do something like this to a 78-year-old is just crazy to me. And it's a nice G-Wagon. It's a Brabus 900, so it is a lot of money. And they are rare. I do see the Brabuses here in LA, but LA is one of those places where a lot of people have fake cars. People put Brabus badges and eBay kits on Mercedes and call it a Brabus, and it's not a real one. But this was an actual Brabus 900. So it's pretty crazy that someone would do this to this guy. You guys heard what he said. I don't want to repeat it because I don't want it to get my channel in trouble. But he thought about unaliving himself for paying $275,000 and basically getting scammed out of it. But let's listen a little bit more to the story and listen to how it unfolds.
I'll say that right out. I was stupid. I was foolish.
Sue lives 4,770 miles away. He's in Hawaii, and when he saw these pictures online at 78 years old, he decided this was the vehicle for him.
So I called them up, and they immediately answered the phone. And I spoke to somebody named Victor, who told me he was the owner of the company.
This bill of sale stamped and signed by someone at Dream Auto Collection with an agreed price of $275,000. In this email, Victor gave a routing number and bank information. According to bank records provided by Sue, $275,000 was wired to Dream Auto back on April 12th out of two different bank accounts.
And he acknowledged that he had received both of the wires and that he would be shipping the car to me.
But the G-Wagon Brabus never made it to a port in San Diego where it was going to be shipped to Hawaii.
At that point, I'm getting worried because now we've missed two shipping deadlines. I've tried to call them, I've tried to email them, I've tried to text them, and they're non-responsive.
Does this car look familiar?
No, I'm sorry. I'm not going to talk to you.
Why not? $275,000? His name is Oleg. State records show he's in management here.
Every single time that they show one of these shiesty dealership owners, it's the same story with them every time. They never want to talk on camera. They always deny the allegations. They always say, "Oh, I don't know what car that was," but they're quick to take your money. So that's something you really got to watch out with these dealerships, man. Like they're real scumbags. I mean, it's just being honest. It really is. This guy, he's got a little AirPod in his ear. He's got his shades on. He's playing dumb, acting like he doesn't know anything about a G63 Brabus. But I mean, all the proof is there. I mean, he pretty much scammed this guy out of $275,000, and is basically taking the route of I don't want to talk, which is pretty crazy to me because for $275,000, I'm taking a flight to your dealership, and I'm pretty sure anybody who's watching this video would do the same thing.
Here at Dream Auto.
That's it. End of story.
That's not the end of the story. It's the beginning of the story. Because the guy's suicidal. The guy's suicidal. This happened back in April. He hasn't heard from you guys. You may remember last year we were at this very same place. Never got the car, and you have her $15,000.
No, impossible.
We were at Dream Auto after a Georgia couple sent them over 15 grand for a used Lexus they never got. That car, too, was sold to someone else. The couple's refund requests were ignored until we got involved. We've been here before, too.
So basically, this dealership is taking deposits or taking wires in full for vehicles that they have listed on their website. And then basically, when the deadline comes to ship it, they never ship the vehicle. And then when you try to get in contact with them, they ignore you. Then when you get in contact with them, they pretty much tell you that the vehicle was sold to someone else.
Or two, you did this to the people in Georgia. Remember? You think you're going to get away with this? A half hour after this confrontation, Oleg's partner, Victor, called Sue, claimed he was on vacation in Russia, even sent him this picture. Victor apologized for a, quote, miscommunication, told Sue they had sold this G-Wagon to someone else, that he'd be back from Russia in August, and would process a refund within 30 days. Sue has filed a complaint with the FBI, the Hollywood Police Department, the State Attorney General's office, as well as the Florida Department of Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles. They all know what's going on here, but at this point, no one will say who actually is investigating. Do you think that you will ever see your money back again?
I have very little. I don't think so, Jeff.
We're in Hollywood. Jeff Wines here, Local 10 News.
Jeff, thanks a lot. Sue claims that he did do research on Dream Auto before sending the money. Consumer advocates warn, though, many reviews on social media could be fake.
With YouTube.
Okay. So you just heard this. Brabus 900 G-Wagon. Dream Auto, this dealership, took the $275,000 wire from this 78-year-old guy who's in Hawaii. He said it was his dream car, which respectively, it's a really nice vehicle. I mean, it's really rare too. Rare color, rare body kit, has, a lot of power. My thing is with these dealerships that keep doing it, it seems like they're never held accountable. And what I'm trying to understand is how can this change? Because it happens all the time, believe it or not. I see these kind of stories all the time, and it's like nothing ever happens to the owner of the dealership. So this guy could go get a lawyer. He could try to sue him. It'll be, dragged out. He'll probably never see any of his money. They claim they're going to give him his money back and process a refund in 30 days when they get back from Russia. But the biggest red flag with this dealership is if you take a look at their lot, and I'm not saying just because they don't have these vehicles on their lot that they can't obtain a vehicle like that, but every vehicle on their lot is like a, $50K to $70K car. So when they're posting this $275,000 G-Wagon, the first red flag should be that you don't see anything remotely in that price range. A lot of these exotic car dealers, a $275,000 G-Wagon is really nothing compared to some of the Bugatti Chirons they have, the McLaren, 765 LTs or Aventadors and stuff that are, way, way more expensive. When you see a dealership that has stuff like that, that's kind of like, a tool, or not even a tool, a sign that they actually do, they can get a vehicle like that. Because when you're seeing a used car dealership that doesn't have anything remotely on the level of a Brabus, G900, that should be a big red flag to you. This guy didn't really know any better. I can't fault him for not knowing. You know, he just looked at the reviews of the dealership, you know, saw it was a real listing, and, you know, he thought he was buying, you know, his dream vehicle. But you know, when you're making that kind of a purchase, it's always best to just hop on a flight. A flight from Hawaii to Florida is probably, you know, $1,500, give or take. Probably not even that round trip. But it's still worth. Would you rather lose $1,500, lose a hotel, lose a flight, you know, money, you know, going down there, rather than lose $275,000 that's unaccounted for, you know, in the eyes of, you know, it disappeared in the air because this company's claiming they don't know anything about it and it was sold to someone else. You know, it's like it's best to go and do your due diligence on these dealerships. Before you go hand over any money, because like I said, a similar story like this happened with a couple that I believe it was in California. So I want to say San Diego. They purchased a Urus for, you know, I think they only put a deposit of like 50K down. And the car was supposed to be, you know, they paid a deposit of 50K, and then I guess, you know, long story short, they paid the rest of the money. The car never came. The dealership actually sold the car to someone else. It seems to be a common practice with a lot of shady dealerships and a lot of shady owners of these dealerships. You can, you know, put a deposit down or send the money for a vehicle and they can still sell it to someone else and they'll keep your money. So it's pretty crazy. So I'm really curious of what you guys think about this situation and how these dealerships can be held accountable, because, you know, this guy is, you know, he's really hurt over his money, which as he should be. It's $275,000 and he feels like he's never going to see his money. He said it was, you know, part of his retirement money. So, you know, to see someone do something to someone that's, you know, anyone in general, but specifically a guy that's 78 years old is crazy to me. And, you know, the owner's walking around, you know, prancing around, acting like everything's good. I'm not going to talk to you guys. But these people need to be held accountable. And I've seen it happen time and time and time again. So, as I said, let me know in the comments below what you guys think about the situation and how we can start, you know, as an automotive industry, start holding these, you know, owners of these dealerships accountable. It should really be, you know, one of those things where you do something like this one time in your state, your, you know, business license should be, your dealer license should be revoked, and you shouldn't be allowed to go register a new LLC or a new business and go sell cars anymore when you do stuff like this to people. Like and subscribe. Stay tuned for the next one. Comment below. Let's talk about it.